Yo, what's up everybody? Andrew Mahone here with Darian's Pokemon. Just got back from visiting my family in Baltimore for the Easter holiday. Stoked to be back home and back on the grind. I've got an exciting deck for you guys all today. It is Buzzwole Thunder. So I saw this, I was just scrolling online, saw Pablo Mesa. He is Tablemon on YouTube. Awesome dude, awesome player. I've played against him a handful of times at tournaments, and he is a great guy. But anyway, I saw that he was playing some sort of Buzzwole Xurkitree deck, and I had to try it out for myself. This list is not his exact list, but definitely inspired by his list. Made some changes myself. This is literally my first game ever with it. It should, at the very least, be a lot of fun. I love Electrode. Love it in the base set format. Love that you could blow that thing up and use it as an energy to attach to one of your Pokemon. I just think it's a lot of fun, and I love lightning type Pokemon in general, and just think that they are fantastic to play with. Now, Pablo does not play a Lele in his list, but I decided that I was going to throw one in because I'm like, well, Lele is like still pretty good. Why would you not run a Lele? And of course, we start our one of Lele, but you can see in this list there are a heavy count of nest balls. That is awesome for getting your Voltorbs out on the field, so that is super cool. Looks like we are playing against Vikavolt here. Now, Vikavolt is not a fantastic matchup for us because they don't play any special energy, so this seems all bad. I do not like this one bit, but we'll see what we can do here. We are going to try our best. We've got a Mew EX, we've got Voltorb, we've got a Ringaroo, we've got Tapu Koko. Maybe we can steal a knockout with Tapu Koko's Sky High Claws. We also play Max Elixir in here. Maybe we could give our opponent an extra prize with Lightning GX. Let's do that. Let's just start out by giving our opponent an extra prize card while we try to build up some other stuff on the bench. Maybe we could, let's see, I don't know, that actually, maybe I want to save it for a Tapu Thunder GX. None of it really feels great, but we're just going to go in and just start doing what we do best here, and that is probably just giving my opponent an extra prize. So let's do that. Then we are going to end. I know my opponent gave themselves a Cynthia, and we've got actually 2 Max Elixirs and a Fury Belt. So maybe we can get a turn 1 Rumbling Wires. That would be pretty cool. Let's see if we get it. We are playing 11 energy in here, so we do have a decent amount of energy in deck, and we got it. Okay, that is pretty cool. And then I think I'm just going to go in and Rumbling Wires. That's about as good as I can hope for. I could do the turn 1 GX, but I've got 3 energy here, so I feel like I might as well. Let's just Rumbling Wires, haze my opponent a little bit, discard a card off the top of their deck. Got a lightning energy there. I've got a Guzma follow-up, so long as they don't get a knockout here, they would need a Field Blower. They would also need they got the Vikavolt, and they need a retreat. So they need a way to retreat their Pokemon here. This is not great. They've got the charge, they've got Mew, and they've got Guzma. Okay, so they're coming out swinging, and they're going to discard that. So that is rough for me. I feel like I got to just bring up the Vikavolt and hit into it. Unfortunately, my opponent just got 2 prizes, but I don't think that there's really too much else I could do. I think I have to try and go for that. I mean, otherwise, what am I doing here? This is not good. I think I've got to try and knock out the Vikavolt. So let's go. I'm going to bring them up, and we are going to Rumbling Wires again and see what we can do. 110 damage, discard an energy off the top there. Or yeah, we discard an energy. That's awesome. So good stuff. My opponent's got Lele. They're going to Wonder Tag. Can they get this Vikavolt out of the active, or are they just going to Guzma it out again? If they Guzma it out again, I will just bring up the Vikavolt and knock it out, which is a little bit sketchy because they are going to charge their thing up here, and they don't have to discard to knock out my Voltorb. And I don't actually have any sort of backup draw supporter Pokemon, none of that. But I feel like I've got to stay the course and knock out the Vikavolt and just hope that my opponent struggles to get another one up and going. I've got an N, so long as they don't hit Field Blower, oh my goodness, none of this feels great. So long as they don't hit Field Blower, then I'm good. That or I just end here and attack into this. And I probably want to end, but I know that, so long as they don't get Field Blower. Okay, I think I just hope that they don't get Field Blower here. So let's just go in. I mean, this is a sketchy play, but I am so far behind at this point that I'm just taking whatever I can get and hoping for the best. We've got Counter Catcher. I forgot that I'm actually running Counter Catcher in this list, so maybe I should have gone for N and hoped to have ripped a Counter Catcher off of the N instead of just hoping that they don't have Field Blower, because these decks tend to play a lot of Field Blower, so they're just going to Skylar for the Field Blower, and then they've got game there, so we'll give it to my opponent. Good job. We're going to try and roll this again, see if we can actually play against a deck that plays any special energy that probably would be like in our best interest as far as a Xurkitree deck goes, that if maybe we can actually use our ability effectively. And that is showing off a little bit, unfortunately, the weakness of a Xurkitree focused deck is that Xurkitree just gets run over by decks like Volcanion, decks like Tapu Bulu. It's just all bad for Xurkitree in these kinds of situations. Looks like we are playing against a fighting deck, some sort of deck with fighting Pokemon in them. Also colorless Pokemon. I really don't know what I'm playing against here. Maybe it's Passimian. That would be actually an auto win, right? If I'm playing against Passimian, I just win. They see Xurkitree and then they just scoop. So hopefully this is a Passimian deck. That would be hilarious. That would be fantastic. Give me Passimian. Just make it be Passimian for this one time so we could just show up. Xurkitree's out. My opponent scoops. They go home crying. That's it. Flip over a Passimian. Come on. Show it to me. Ham and Cheese 113. Show me that Passimian. Please. Oh, no. You've got Carbink and Oranguru. Oh, this is not good. Carbink could probably deal with me pretty easily. And then also Oranguru. What is this deck? What is your deck, sir? What are you doing with this resource management and that Carbink? And what are you going to Ultra Ball for? I have no idea what you got going. This looks like a traditional fighting deck, but then they've also got resource management Oranguru in there. They're probably going for some sort of typical fighting attacker right now. If I had to guess, probably a Buzzwole or something like that. But truthfully, Zygarde, all right, we'll take it. There's a Zygarde in there. That is not good. If my opponent gets up enough basic energies on the Zygarde, they are going to be just fine knocking out my Xurkitree. So perhaps I want to go for an early Tapu Koko GX. That could be really good. Oh, and there's Max Elixirs in here too. This is not great for our boy, our hero, our champion, Xurkitree GX. He is not exactly stoked about what's going on over here on the other side of the field. But why is there a resource management Oranguru? I don't know. These are questions I might never get answered. Not exactly sure what's going on with my opponent deck. Looks like it's some sort of fighting Max Elixir, Carbink acceleration thing. I mean, Carbink's really bad for Xurkitree as well, because my opponent does have special energy on them. They could just retreat into Carbink BREAK, power up all the basic energies from their discard pile. Whoop, yep, there's Buzzwoles in there too. Looks like they're probably discarding a bunch of energy, just going to accelerate it with Carbink, and it's going to be just permanent bad news for me as soon as they get Carbink BREAK out into play. Just not good at all. Okay, or they could throw all their energies back in with the Super Rod. I don't know. Maybe they aren't planning on going for Carbink BREAK. Oh, another Max Elixir. They've got another Max Elixir. They're probably going to hit this one. Yep, they did. All right, so they are going to be coming in hot with that turns 2 Land's Wrath. They are showing no fear whatsoever. So that is not good for me. That is not good for me, but that's fine. Let's Ultra Ball away a Lightning Energy and a Pokemon Counter Catcher, and we are going to go get probably Tapu Koko GX. Seems fine. I don't know. I do really like that ability, though, that we can use to kind of just like burst in. I'll probably just get a Xurkitree. And no, let's just get the Tapu Koko. Let's just project here. Like, we're just going to go ahead and get him. But he's not doing quite enough damage with only 3 energy in play. He's going to be doing 150. It's not what we need to knock him out, but he isn't weak to fighting. So I feel like we got to take what we can get there. Let's go ahead and take that Tapu Koko short. And we're just going to start powering this thing up. I could add an additional prize, but I don't think I want to do that either. So let's just, let's just start doing this. Yep, and let's Sycamore. See what we can get, and we've got Fighting Fury Bell and not too much else. So I think that I go here, Ultra Ball a couple things away, maybe get a second Voltorb and sacrifice a Voltorb to my opponent. I have to imagine that their last card in hand is not a Guzma, so they'll probably take the Voltorb knockout, and maybe they will bite on, maybe they'll attach like a bunch of energies so my Koko could just one-shot them. That would be pretty cool. So let's do that. Let's get another Voltorb and then send up a sacrificial Voltorb man. I will put a Fury Belt on that. Sure, why not? And let's just sacrifice ourselves a Voltorb. See if my opponent is a awesome friend and goes ahead and puts 4 energy in play. There's the Carbink BREAK. And a Sycamore, right? Oh, they got a Cynthia. Next best thing. So they've got a fresh hand of 6. Will they attach? They'll probably attach to the Zygarde. Then if they hit a Max Elixir onto the bench, then my Tapu Koko is really in business and could do 200 damage. But if my opponent is a smart cookie, they will only do 3. Oh, my opponent's a smart cookie. No, why? Why did you do that? I want you to have 5 energy in play, or 4 energy in play, so I could do 200 damage with my GX attack. That would be, yeah, that'd be great if we could just get that going. So I guess I got to put down another Xurkitree, even though it feels kind of like a bad idea. And then we've got to throw some energy down. Let's just Cynthia. Gonna save my ends for when my opponent has more. Energy in play, or more prizes taken. That's what I meant. When more prizes taken. So we're probably going to end up Sky High Claws on my opponent. Probably end up doing that. I have a Max Elixir here, so we could get it. Let's see if we get it. Do we get it? Nope. Looks like we're waiting another turn. That's fine. So, gonna end up waiting one more here. I probably will just sacrifice a Xurkitree. And then we've got to probably Lele for an N and hope that my opponent throws that 4th energy in play. I think that they probably will. We're really going for the banana in the tailpipe maneuver here. This is not great. I mean, Tapu Koko GX can easily get knocked out by that Buzzwole if they get that Buzzwole up and going, but I have to imagine that they probably just attach the 3rd energy and then lands Wrath my Xurkitree. That is like best case scenario, because if they do that, then they have 4 energy in play. I come up with Tapu Koko GX, manually attach, and then knock them out. Now, can Buzzap Thunder, I need to read Buzzap Thunder, because if Buzzap Thunder could go to my Tapu Lele, then I might have a shot at winning this game if I can actually charge up Tapu Lele. I do have a Mew EX in here, so I need to remember that as well, because I can use Mew EX to attack into this Buzzwole. It's the Zygarde that is the main problem. So if they hit this Elixir, all right, now they've got a 4th energy in play, but if they do something crazy like attach strong energy, okay, Guzma, my Koko, oh, we would have been totally out of luck if they had done that. That would have been really bad, but it looks like we are just in business here. That is exactly what I wanted my opponent to do. They did not play a supporter card, but they've got a big hand. So I got to take what I can get here. Pretty sure I'm going Lele and got to limit their hand size. Let's go ahead and get this Nest Ball. See if we, yeah, our Mew is prized. That's why I have not been taking him into account this game. Mew is not in the equation. let's get ourselves, the opponent's got 3 prizes remaining. Oh boy. Okay, let's get ourselves an Oranguru. I feel like I could probably blow up 2 Voltorbs. Maybe I could blow up 2 Voltorbs and then just make it so my opponent doesn't take 1 more prize. Like maybe that's something we can do. I don't know. Can Electrode, well, let's read Electrode too. Can Electrode go onto, let me read Electrode. I can't, this 2-1 of your lightning Pokemon. Okay, I think it has to go to your lightning Pokemon. That's not good. All right, let's just go ahead and get ourselves a Voltorb then. Sure. We'll get another Voltorb. Then we got to go in, get ourselves an N. Yeah, I would like a supporter card. Let's get an N, limit my opponent. Hopefully we can rip the Mew EX off our prize so that we have a response to my opponent's big, beefy Buzzwole there when my opponent decides to be mean and come up with that thing. We can also parallel my opponent, so that's really good. It's gonna, I mean, it's kind of good. My opponent is probably going to bump that Oranguru, which doesn't really do too much, but we got to take what we can get. Alternatively, I could parallel myself, which that doesn't really do anything. So let's parallel my opponent. Make them limited. They are going to get rid of their Oranguru, I have to imagine. Don't see what they would use that for this matchup. They pretty much just started it. No, they want it. They want that resource management. They've decided. So let's retreat and see if we can Tapu Thunder GX, knock this thing out, and we do like 260 damage. Awesome stuff. 2 prize cards. Can we get a Mew? We've got an Electrode and a Mew. Awesome stuff. So let's read him real close. Let's see. Attached to 1 of your lightning Pokemon as a special energy card. 2 lightning energies only while it's... all right. So not quite as good as that old school, what was it? Base set Electrode. Yeah, not quite as good as that good old base set Electrode, but still pretty good. Gets us 2 lightning energy, but 2 lightning energy not really gonna do us a lot of good here. My opponent, are they going in with Carbink BREAK? If they go in with Carbink BREAK, I may be able to find a counter catcher or something like that. Oh, they also got Field Blower, so they'll probably remove my Parallel and my Fury Belt. Yep, just as I expected. But they've got an N2. No, don't end me out of that beautiful hand. No, don't do that. They don't want, they're being very careful. They do not want to attach the strong energy to their Buzzwoles, because if they know if they attach the strong energy to their Buzzwoles, then I will be able to just wall with Xurkitree. So they are not trying to do that. They are being very intelligent, which is not good for me, because I need my opponent to make lots of mistakes in order for me to win this game. I don't think that there's a way for me to win if my opponent is making good plays. Definitely not. So little Diamond Gift, they're going to do 40 damage. They're going to power up one of these benched Buzzwole. And then I'm just going to probably cry. Yes, because there's a bunch of basic energy. Oh no, this is like really bad, guys. So I'm in a not great situation. I probably will knock out this thing here. And then I have to also, and then they're going to take that. And then I have to probably attack with Lele. That's probably the best bet. So let's just Sycamore, see if we can't hit, like, we got a counter catcher. So I could play the counter catcher and hit into this Buzzwole. That's pretty good, I guess. Like, I could also knock out the Carbink, but I guess we have to counter catcher, right? Like, that probably makes the most sense. So let's just counter catcher. Let's see what we could do. All right, we'll counter catcher. We'll bring up this Buzzwole here, and then we'll max elixir. All right, we'll hit onto our Lele, and then let's see. I could Floatstone, retreat the Tapu Koko, and then hit into this thing with Energy Drive and just hope that they don't hit it. But I feel like I probably have to just hit with the active here. And let's see, if I put a Fury Belt on it, they do need a special energy or choice band on this active. So let's put that there, and let's see how it goes. We will Sky High Claws. and do 140 damage. Now my opponent has to find a way out of this. They've only got 3 cards in hand, so that is pretty good. They could retreat. I guess they could just retreat into Carbink and then do it again. Just charge back up the Buzzwole with 2 basic energies. If they do that, that's fine. Then I just take out the Carbink and continue forward. What are they going to do? They got an energy switch. Are they going to switch to the active? They did. Okay. This actually seems fine to me. Then they got Cynthia. Oh, but okay. So if they attach to the benched Buzzwole again, then I'm in kind of the same bad spot that I was in. But if they attach a strong energy to the bench Buzzwole, then I have a situation where maybe I can wall. They got a max elixir. They missed it. Did they miss an energy too? If they miss an energy as well, then I'm really in a good spot. They might have a strong energy in their hand. They just don't want to attach. Like maybe they're a little conflicted. If they miss this energy attachment, then I have a shot to maybe steal the game. It's just not really good. If they missed the damage modifier, they're only doing 160. That's not enough to knock out my Tapu Koko. If they whiff the knockout entirely, I will be very happy. That would be insane. I do unfortunately have both counter catchers down, but oh man, that would be totally nuts if they miss the knockout. They got Brooklet Hill. What are you doing with the Brooklet Hill there? I feel like another counter catcher would be really good. Maybe I should play more counter catchers in this list. All I want to do is target down my opponent's Pokemon. I feel like they need to go back in with Carbink. If they whiff the knockout, they probably are looking for the Regirock that, oh, they miss it. They just missed it. Oh my gosh, this is amazing for me. This is so good. Okay, so I cannot afford to blow any of these things up because my opponent just needs to hit a field blower and that thing is knocked out. So we can't really do that. But I can start to power up a Xurkitree in hopes that my opponent has trouble maybe knocking out with that Buzzwole. Alternatively, okay. Let's see. What do we got here? No, let's just power up the Lele. And then let's Ultra Ball away the Float Stone and the Electrode. Let's just do that. See what else we got. Oh, we do have Mew in here too. Oh my gosh, that is an easy way for us to knock out the... Oh my gosh, but I can't get the Mew out. I have 2 Max Elixirs left in deck. I have 3 Lightning left in deck. That is not quite enough. Okay, that is not good. All right, let's just be done there. I should have gotten the Electrode and evolved my Voltorb, but I'm too deep in thought right now and messed that up. So we don't really have an option to use Mew until my opponent knocks something out. And unfortunately, I will need to get like 3 energy onto Mew. That is non-negotiable. So I think what we have to do is just hit with this Tapu Koko. Let's just hit with that. Sky High Claws. And we're going to do that because if we retreat into something like Lele and do it with Lele, then we are in a situation where my opponent can Field Blower and then just, knock out Lele for game. I don't know. It just seems sketchy, but maybe I should have retreated and done it with Lele anyways. I just was a little bit sketched out. But so long as my opponent doesn't win here, I do have a chance to win with Mew, but unfortunately, I need to get a lot of things to go right because I don't exactly have an easy way to get energy onto this Mew. Now, Pablo did play a bunch of cards, he played a bunch of, multi-switch? Now, I took the multi-switch out, wasn't a super big believer in that, but now that I'm thinking about it, multi-switch could be the way that you get this Mew EX powered up, so that may end up being the truth in here. Pablo also played Choice Band, and I'm playing Fury Belt. I think Fury Belt feels a little bit better since 130 doesn't really matter. The math doesn't matter in this deck. Doing 130 with Xurkitree doesn't really seem to make a difference. So my opponent did not do anything crazy, like they did not Guzma or anything like that. So it looks like they're just going to Carbink this Tapu Koko for knockout here. That's not great, considering that I do not actually have a I do not have a Guzma in hand, and I have 2 Guzmas in the discard pile. So I don't actually think that I have a way to close this one out. My opponent's going down to 1 prize. I don't think I can actually do it. And my opponent has got 3 there. They've got a choice band. I did not top deck the good old, let's see, so they're doing 160, 190. I suppose if they don't find a Field Blower or a Guzma, like I could get there with like Ham Lele. Let's take a look in my deck real quick. I don't think that there's anything I can do. I did not get the end. My last Guzma's prized. Oh boy. Okay, so that is a little bit rough. Done. Let's just attach the Fury Belt to my Lele, and then I guess we're just going Ham Lele, right? Max Elixir. We got a Lightning onto the Lele. Okay. And that's what we're doing. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. We're knocking out that Carbink. I can't Ultra Ball for another Lele. I don't have anything. I think like my opponent has Guzma. They have game. They probably have a Guzma, but we'll see what we can get. All right, let's just go ahead and Cynthia. And we got a Parallel City. So I could limit myself. I could bump off 2 Xurkitrees. That's pretty good, but then my opponent can just knock out the Mew. They only need 1 prize. Nope, it does not matter. So let's just retreat here, and I'll parallel my opponent. Sure. And let's just hope that maybe that is all we need. Maybe we will get, maybe they misclick. Maybe they get rid of the Buzzwole. Nope. No such luck, so let's just Energy Drive here. Knock out the Carbink. We took him down to 1 prize. I'm feeling like that is about as good as we could hope for. We didn't even get our Guzma there. Yikes. So our Guzma is our last prize. They promote the Mew. They probably got Guzma in hand. So good games to my opponent. Not sure if I'm necessarily going to be sleeving this thing up again anytime soon, man. This Xurkitree deck, definitely fun. I didn't get to use Buzzap Thunder at all, unfortunately. It really was just a Coco Lele deck there. Maybe we'll give this deck another try on stream or something, but shout out to Pablo Mesa. It's his idea, his deck that I took my inspiration for to give it a try. I will show off my list real quick. I think, I'm not the only one who thinks the Tapu Koko GX is super, super cool and wishes that it was a thing. I'm also not the only person who wishes they could blow up Electrodes and have it be a serious deck, but unfortunately, I think this is going to probably lay in the realm of meme deck probably for all of eternity. That being said, if you like memes and you like having some fun, this could be the deck for you. Also, if you're a huge Lightning fan. So before I go, just wanted to shout out those new stickers I got on the Etsy store. Check those out in the description below on my Etsy shop if you have not already. Also, that super stoked image there that you guys see, I do have that actually coming out on a playmat. So I'm going to be getting a limited run. I have like 25 is the first set that I ordered. So if you love that, super stoked. I got it on a blue playmat that I'm doing, and I'm gonna have that in the Etsy store shortly as well. But anyways, thank you all for watching. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you for all the love. Make sure to let me know what you guys think of this deck in the comments below. Do you think that Buzzap has any potential at all? I also just got confirmation I'm going to Wisconsin Regional Championships, and I'm going to be going to Toronto. So those are my final 2 regional championships for the year. I think we're going to end up skipping out on Virginia, unfortunately. So got Wisconsin and Toronto. If anybody's going to those 2 regional championships, be sure to hit me up and say hello while you are there. So anyways, thank you all for watching. Make sure to like the video, sub to the channel. Peace.